Welcome to It's Tomorrow News. I am Hena Talati and let us have a glance at the headlines first. 50 houses washed away due to the flash floods in Pakistan. Flash flood kills at least 21 people in southern Iran. Tremors in UAE after the Iran suffers a 5.3 magnitude earthquake. Volcano erupts on the western Japanese island of Kyushu, no damage reported. One dead, one injured after the storm swept from the Midwest through the northeast US. Flash floods hit Russia Black Sea resort amid storms. Heavy rain, severe gales set to hit New Zealand today. 50 houses washed away due to the flash floods in Pakistan. At least 50 houses and mini power stations were washed away on Sunday as flash floods caused destruction in the Pakistan Upper Kholistan, reports said. Provincial Disaster Management Authority officials said that the flash floods were triggered by the heavy rains which caused massive destruction in the Kundia Tehsil of Upper Kholistan. The flash flooding coincides with the heavy rains in Chitral and Peshawar, where one person died and two were injured in the last 24 hours, according to the Provincial Disaster Management Authority. Revenue officers said that around 50 houses were swept away in the floods in the Upper Kholistan, adding that he has constituted 5 teams that have been dispatched to the affected areas for relief work and the assessment of the losses. The local activists' estimates of the devastation were much higher, while another spoke of the challenges of being cut off from the electric grid and drinking water. A local activist from the Kandia told that the massive flood hit 2 villages in the Kandia Tehsil, where he estimated that around 100 houses were washed away, rendering scores of people homeless. No casualties were reported. A large number of cattle were killed, while water supply systems in the 4 villages Dansh, Beti, Jashoy and Dangoy were damaged, though fortunately families managed to evacuate before the floods reached the villages. Flash flood kills at least 21 people in southern Iran. Flash floods in Iran's drought-stricken southern Fars province have killed at least 21 people, state television said on Saturday. Heavy rains swelled in the Rautbal River by the city of Esteban, according to the city's governor. He said that the rescue teams had saved 55 people who were trapped by the flash flooding, but at least 6 people were still missing. Flooding hit more than 10 villages in the province, he added. Iran's meteorological department had warned about possible heavy seasonal rainfall across the country that is facing decades-long drought blamed on the climate change. The dangers of the flash flooding have also been exacerbated by the widespread construction of the buildings and roads near riverbeds. Tremors in UAE after Iran suffers 5.3 magnitude earthquake. Following a 5.3 magnitude earthquake in Iran, residents in UAE on Saturday reported tremors which were felt for about 30 seconds. The National Center of the Meteorology confirmed that the tremors were triggered by the earthquake in southern Iran. A few residents took to Twitter to share their experience. A video shared on the Twitter shows tremors being felt in a house where chandeliers are being shaken. A minor earthquake measuring 2.7 on the Richter scale was recorded in the UAE on Saturday. The quake was recorded in Al Manahama in the night at the depth of 5.5 kilometers, the NCM said in a statement. Volcano erupts on the western Japanese island of Kyushu, no damage reported. A volcano on Japan's major western island of Kyushu called Sakurajima erupted at about 8:05 p.m. local time on Sunday, the Japanese Meteorological Agency said, but the media said there were no immediate reports of the damage. There were reports of the volcanic stones raining down at the distance of 2.5 kilometers from the volcano, NHK Public Television said. The eruption alert level has been raised to 5, the highest, with some areas advised to evacuate, it added. Sakurajima is the one of the Japan's most active volcanoes and eruptions of varying levels take place on a regular basis. In 2019, it spewed ash 5.5 kilometers high. Video footage from the Sunday's eruption showed what appeared to be red mass flowing down one side of the volcano, with red projectiles shooting out while smoke hard to see in the darkness billowed up. Most of the city in Kagoshima is across the bay from the volcano, but several residential areas within about 3 kilometers of the crater may be ordered to evacuate, NHK said. Officials at Prime Minister's office were gathering information about the situation, it added. One dead, one injured after storm swept from the Midwest through the northeast US. One person was killed and another was injured in the severe storms as a frontal boundary that moved through the upper Midwest US on Saturday continued its track eastward Sunday, triggering showers and thunderstorms from the Ohio Valley through the northeast US. A severe thunderstorm swept through the Venango County, Pennsylvania, Sunday afternoon, knocking a large tree onto two trailers in the Idlewood Trailer Park in the Union Town, according to the National Weather Service, sourcing a 911 call center report. One person was killed, but no other details were given. Separate damage reports in the county indicated trees had fallen on another home and car. In Bradford County, Pennsylvania, a tree fell on the pedestrian near the Towanda, the NWS said. Over a dozen storm reports indicating tree falls have come into the National Weather Service in the region surrounding Elroy, Ithaca, and Oneonta. About 70,000 were without power in Pennsylvania and New York. Flash floods hit Russian Black Sea resort amid storms. A massive flood hit Russia's Sochi on Saturday, leaving streets in the country's largest resort city underwater as the Zugu River overflowed after heavy rains. According to the Russian state news agency, at least one person has died. Bad weather had been expected to strike the Black Sea city, with the meteorologists warning of the potential tornadoes forming off the coast, mud flows, and the risk of severe storms causing showers, thunder, and hail. According to the reports, that some 40 millimeters of the rain, equivalent of a month's rainfall, came down in only few hours. Russia's emergency ministry reported that over 76 millimeters of the rain fell in 1 hour in one of the city's districts, where an emergency situation was declared by the authorities. Videos of the city shared on social media show streets turned into rivers, with vehicles being swept away by the powerful currents. Heavy rain, severe gales set to hit New Zealand today. New Zealanders hoping to squeeze a little more outdoor time from the last day of the school holidays can expect thick cloud cover over much of the New Zealand today, bringing with it the sporadic showers or a drizzle. But more severe weather is close behind. Met Service says a low pressure system is currently zeroing in on New Zealand, with the Northland set to see the first of its this evening as it slowly moves southward in coming days. A 26-hour heavy rain warning is in place for Northland starting at 6 p.m. today. Residents should expect it to peak on Monday morning and afternoon, with the downpours of up to 10 to 15 millimeters per hour. Areas from Whangarei to Kaitalia can expect roughly 100 to 140 millimeters total rainfall during the period, while other areas of the Northland could receive up to 90 millimeters. Meanwhile, a strong wind watch for the Northland starts at midnight with a gust of up to 120 kilometers per hour. The weather system is expected to move down to the Auckland region on Monday and Tuesday, with the heavy rain warning in place starting at 3 am, followed by the heavy rain warnings in the Coromandel Peninsula starting at 7 am and Bay of Plenty by midday. Strong winds with a gust of up to 110 km per hour are also predicted for the Auckland and Great Barrier Island tomorrow. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News. For more global weather updates like this, subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.